Hello, my name is Patricia Lowe, and I was part of cohort 11 of the Ignatian Colleagues program. In thinking about, as an ICP alum, one of the questions that resonated with me that I would like to respond to is whether or not the Ignatian Colleagues program and the experience of attending it led to any changes, or perhaps how I engage in conversations in my professional role here at Boston College, as well as whether in terms of my understanding of working at a Jesuit Catholic institution. My immediate response to that is absolutely. Prior to starting the ICP, I did have a understanding of the Jesuit Catholic mission traditions as an alum of Boston College. However, what I did find that was valuable to me, particularly in my work as a diversity and inclusion professional, was really putting together and formulating a clearer and deeper understanding of St. Ignatius and his teachings to the Jesuits, and how that had a deep connection to what I have been speaking of, the work that I do in terms of cultural identity, emotional intelligence, mindfulness. All of that was, to me, was significant in terms of my understanding of how that in and of itself was part of St. Ignatius's teachings. I mean, we're talking about 500 years ago, and it wasn't idealized or prefaced in that framework of cultural identity, mindfulness, or emotional intelligence. But what I have found, and how I have stepped into conversations or stepped into my professional role since completing the Ignatian Colleagues program, was to be more intentional on, in my recognition of St. Ignatius was really about how do we accompany, or how do we be in accompaniment with our diverse, the diverse members of our workforce, of our student body. And when I say to be in accompaniment, it means not that we are stepping into space from the lens in which we are living. However, it's really opening your mind to engaging in a new way of thinking and of being from a perspective of others. However, to do that, and something that St. Ignatius and the Ignatian Colleagues program has deepened my awareness of, is the importance of self-reflection. And in stepping back and engaging in self-reflection in everything that I do, in asking myself questions, deepening my own understanding and awareness of my own identity, my own experience, not just as an alum of Boston College, but now I'm talking 30 years later as an employee of BC, as a mother, as a parent, as a person of color, as to how do I do this work? How do I embrace the teachings of St. Ignatius? And how do I accompany and to be in accompaniment with my colleagues, to be in accompaniment with the most wounded and vulnerable among us? And when there are things that happen that impact us so significantly, where I want to say, oh, that's it, I can't do this anymore, is to recognize, how do I sit? How do I reflect? How do I engage in absolute discernment to understand and to recognize and to continue the work that needs to happen from the lens of St. Ignatius?